Okay, so this video is going to show you how to make a pinch pot with clay. This resource is also located in Google Classroom for you to check out. It's a really good visual reference to refer back to, okay? So you're going to need your clay setup, mat, clay tarp on your table. You will also need a box, your clay box of materials, and you'll get a chunk of clay from me. The first thing that you're going to do is we are going to do what is called wedge the clay. So it's kind of like kneading bread. I am just kind of compressing the clay into a nice cube shape. And I want to get rid of some of those lines in there. So I'm going to smooth it out. Okay. So once you get that into a nice cube shape, we are actually going to start rolling it or start forming it into a ball. And so how I'm going to do that, because I have the cube shape, I am first going to take the palms of my hands and I'm going to start rounding out these edges. And you're going to want to do this off of the table in between your hands. Okay, so you can see that it's starting to form more of a ball shape, and I'm just going to continue doing that. You may also kind of roll around on your table too to get more of that sphere shape. But you can see it can create some points, so you just got to do your best to get that ball shape. Okay, so once you've created the best ball shape that you can, smooth out any of those little cracks. You can also use the smooth rib. So remember, it might be plastic, it might be the metal one here. You can use any of that smooth rib to kind of smooth some of those creases out as well. Okay, so the next step, we have the ball. The next part, if we look at this sheet here, is to actually take our thumb and we are going to press into it. Now, when I do this, I am not going to press all the way through, but I'm trying to do it right in the center. Okay, so it looks like a giant, I don't know, something on there. Okay, so you can kind of see that I went in there, but I didn't go all the way down through it. And then using your thumb on the inside the entire time and your fingers on the outside, I like to call these like alligator hands because they like chomp, okay? What you are going to do is you are going to start pinching, which is why it's called a pinch pot, and rotating around. I'm right-handed, but I actually like to pinch with my left hand and support with my right hand. You can switch it up too. I'll probably switch back and forth here, but you'll keep going around. And notice as I go around, my opening is going to get wider and this piece of clay is going to get wider as well. So I am going to do this a couple more times and then I will speed it up. I never want to have the hands on the inside like this. Always keep the thumb on the inside. Okay, so once you have it wide enough, then what you are going to do is, you see we have all these little bumps and finger marks. We want to go ahead and smooth those out. So we can do that a couple of ways. You can take a damp sponge and kind of wipe, but we don't want to get it too wet, okay? To kind of help smooth out any of those cracks, but you're going to want to use your smooth rib tool. Notice my hand is on the inside to support it. So use this up and down, side to side, to help kind of even it up. Sometimes you might even use the serrated rib tool to scrape up and down, side to side, then go over with the smooth one over here on this side. Okay, so once you get all of the outside smoothed out, and I still got a few to work on here, but you will get the idea. What you will do is you're gonna work on smoothing out the inside. Do that the same way, but now we're gonna support on the outside and use the smooth rib to start helping smooth out the inside, okay? You might, in some areas, you might have to use this to help get down there. Okay, so then you will want to smooth out the rim, everything, so it's really, really nice. I still got lots of smoothing to do on mine, but you guys get the idea. Then sometimes to even it out, you can kind of tap it. And then the very last thing when you are done, you want to make sure it's exactly the shape you want it to be. And we want to make sure that it sits, so we might need to flatten the bottom a little bit, but you will continue working on smoothing it till you have it just right. Okay, so here you can see that it's nice and smoothed out now. It's not going to be perfect, but you can do your best. And then really just make sure that that rim is level. And then we want the bottom to be a little flat. So what you're going to do is you're just going to kind of gently tap on here to flatten it, so that it sits and it doesn't roll around everywhere. One other thing that you can do for just some final smoothing is take the damp sponge and just do one final smoothing pass with anything that looks a little bumpy, okay? So then what you are going to do is when you're done with it, we will store it in our bag to put it away.